Good morning, you sons of bitches. It's like fucking 1, but good morning. How we doing? Good afternoon, maybe? Good middle of the day? Good night, even. What the fuck? I need a goddamn Red Bull in my life. How's it going? I've been not too good, up to good activity. I've not been up to good activity. Like at all. I've been having a good time. I can't lie, dude. It's kind of cold in here. Let me turn on the heater and shit. Man, I'm cutting it real damn close with me not making this fucking money for rent, but at the same time, I guess I don't necessarily care. But you know, I still have the opportunity to do what I got to do, and for that, I'm not necessarily worried about it. But what I am worried about is if I'll actually get it done in a timely manner. You know what I'm saying? So that's just gonna be all it is just getting the grind away. I do have some plans here in about 2 hours, but once those plans end, I do plan, Jesus Christ, I do plan on going back out tonight and trying to get some more cash. I was gonna do that shit last night, but I wasn't planning for anything past like 6. Me and the homie were on fucking playing games and shit. He hit me up right when I was about to dip out, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, dude, we'll play some games and shit, why not? And then you already know, homegirl hits me up. She's like, bro, you trying to smoke and shit? I'm like, hell yeah, I ain't got no weed. Like, bruh, this is a fucking opportunity I cannot pass up right now. You feel me? And like, I really fucking chilling out with her has been like so much fun. You feel me? So I just didn't want to like, I didn't want to pass up that opportunity. You feel me? So yeah, anyways, after all that shit got said and done, I took a shower, fucking I came to the car for a bit, but then I sat there and there's mad people just passing me, waiting for me to leave and shit. And I was like, bro, the second I leave, I am not gonna have this spot for myself anymore. Like, it's gonna be fucking gone. Somebody's gonna have coming and taking it, shit like that. Apartment parking situations are the fucking like worst thing to ever exist. I don't understand why the fuck we do the things we do in apartment complexes, such as putting too many people in here, right? Too many cars. Like 2 cars per household is probably fine. I would see that as probably actually not being feasible here. So, I mean, but like a lot of people are partnered up and shit, right? So there's not really a choice. And there are like those fucking, what do you call them? Like the carport things. I forget what they call them and shit, but you have to pay for it. I'm not doing that. What the fuck? And then half the time, like if you pull up like any time past like 11 or 12, bro, all of the ones that you don't have to pay for are gonna be fucking full. So you just have to like cruise around hoping that like maybe there's one open next to your crib. And this thing is pretty big. I mean, it's not like massive or anything, but like the farthest you can park would probably be like from where I'm at, like a 5-minute walk to here. Not even, like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. But I mean, it's just like, fuck, dude, I don't want to have to walk to my car and shit. Like, what is that? Especially how it be raining and shit here, you feel me? Like, it's not fun. Anyways, that encouraged me not to go last night. I went back inside, played some games for a couple hours, and I got dead tired anyways. So yeah, and then I was planning on waking up a little bit earlier this morning, but that definitely didn't happen, which is okay. We're gonna grind out. We're gonna see what we can get done. I at least want to get a bill before I end up hanging out with my friend. So yeah, I guess we shall see what today entails. You feel me? So it'll be nice. Anyways, it is a bit cold. I didn't wear a jacket or anything because I'm a fucking idiot. Didn't think I was gonna need one, but it seems like I might. My phone is at 7%, bruh. We ain't got no weed on us, but we got the vibes and shit, so that's all that matters. But yeah, as of lately, life has been feeling pretty goddamn good, I can't lie. Just besides my stupidity, I don't know, like that tranquility is kind of fucking setting in over. I don't know what tranquility, but it is. So, you know. And also, I do really want to start getting into talking about how not smoking weed during the day has really helped me, like in ways that I didn't even think were possible, in ways that I thought weed was even fixing me before, like helping me like you know, help me get through these certain issues in which I feel like I was going through on a day-to-day basis, but I didn't necessarily know that it was actually in due time to the fucking weed. Like, as much as I smoked all the fucking time. And even now, like, I sit here, I'm like, bro, I really do miss fucking just always fucking having something, like, to puff on and shit, you feel me? Like, especially weed. This is cool or whatever the fuck, but I don't, it doesn't do what I want it to do, right? With weed, it just helps me, like, really, really relax. Like, no matter what, like, that moment I spark up something, the dopamine rush in my mind just takes over. I am fucking just, I'm set, dude. I'm chilled out. Once I taste that weed, I am done. Like, fuck it, dude. Nothing else matters right now. I got my high. I'm happy. Which isn't good. So, I mean, I'm trying to encourage people to, like, maybe just, like, venture out a little bit into, like, maybe just trying to slow down on it a little bit, because I've talked to, like, a lot of my homies and shit, like, a lot of homies back home and stuff like that, and they're just like, I've been, you know, reading around about, like, different things about weed, because I mean, relatively speaking, if we're being for real, we are pretty goddamn early in, like, the research part of it, like, in-depth research, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do know that it's not inheritedly bad for you. Obviously, it's more of a fucking a medicine more than it is anything else, clearly. I mean, that's obvious. For the masses that use it, it's a help. It's a genuine help. But, like, when you start abusing the shit, I feel like there's definitely something negative going on, because it's not doing what it used to do, right? So that's a clear fucking thing for me. Like, the first time I smoked comparative to now, the highs were completely different. My thought process was completely different. My motivation was completely different, I would say, too. And it's just a clear difference that I've been able to notice. And I also do feel like since the time I smoked till now, there has been a drastic change, or even just a drastic shift in my personality. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. For being a guy with ADHD and shit like that, like, I didn't mind it, because I wasn't, like, all over the place with my thought process all the time. I wasn't always thinking. In some cases that can be good, and some that can be extremely bad. That's just dependent on, you know, just the situation, I guess, or how you feel about it, whatever. But it really did make a huge change in it, and, like, and it especially changed, like, the number one thing out of that list would be my thought process, right? Like, I wasn't able to really, like, calculate proper verbiage use, or even just, like, compile a fucking sentence to speak, especially when I spoke to other people. I felt like I was just, I don't know, I would listen to them, I would hear what they say, but I didn't necessarily intake that information. It was like reading a book, but not giving a fuck about those words. Like, you're just going through it, just reading it, but it's not retaining in your mind. That's kind of how I felt. Not even kind of, that's exactly how I felt, because, like, I would always be caught up in these conversations feeling like I was just trying to dig for shit in my mind a little bit too much for my response to whatever they had to say. And in those situations, there was no need for that, right? Topically, you can just fucking, it's weird for me, because right now I'm just kind of going through that, like, transition of, like, where I don't need to be doing that anymore, because I'm not really smoking that much anymore at all. So now a lot of, like, my common sense per se is kind of coming back, and I don't have to, like, take 5 minutes to fucking, like, soak in this information and truly ponder it, and then actually come up with the fucking answer in my mind, I guess, you know, or feel pressure when I'm actually in the situation of conversation with somebody, like, where I'm having to, you know, really, really think about what they said, and then, like, actually come up with a decent response, because then I'm now feeling, like, self-conscious about not being able to, like, talk back to them in a way where it actually seems like I'm interested. And that's the thing with me. I've always been an ass kisser and shit. So, like, I'm self-conscious with the way I present myself, especially with the way I talk to people and respond to what they have to say, because I feel like whatever anybody has to say is important. If you're saying it, then, like, it clearly has some sort of tie to you. So I don't want to necessarily disrespect that, but I don't also want to seem like I'm uninterested, if that makes sense. Uninterested. I am a weird little bean at the end of the day, but like also adding all that fucking smoke on top of it, like just, it didn't help my situation ever. And now that I've been able to kind of like get the smoke like pushed away from, you know, just my thought process, or my brain, I guess would be a better way to put it, it has been able for, I have been able to like actually compute and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then like, I am a super like OCD guy, so I do keep everything clean, AE my room, the kitchen, blah blah blah. I'm always up with my chores and stuff like that. But the thing is, with my chores and stuff, I did notice since like a kid, I have gotten slower with it, you know what I'm saying? And none of this shit should be happening. I'm fucking 20 years old. I shouldn't like be going through any of these things to where I feel like I'm slowing down, or I'm like in fact degrading in a way, if that makes sense. Like I'm degrading in like just everything. Like I felt like my thought process was degrading. I felt like everything just around me was, even my relationships with people, that was a big thing too, is that I felt like it was getting harder and harder for me to actually build these like relationships with different people and stuff like that, because of the fact that I was so okay being alone, or I was so okay just being by myself in my own thought process, that I thought it was enough, if that makes sense. I don't really know. I've always been a weird guy, but the thing is, without weed, I've always been a loner. I've always kept like my close friends only, like to really hang out with. Whether that was like my close friends at school, or just like in general, like my brother that I grew up with type shit. Like he's not my actual brother, but he's like, I've known him since I was 2 years old. He was 1 year old. Like, you know, like he's literally my brother. I fucking grew up with this kid. He's the only one that I've truly known forever and put my entire life trust into without even being worried about it. But so that always kept me like comfortable, like being able to bounce back from a bad relationship or friendship or whatever it was, and just be comfortable where I'm at, because I know I have my fucking boys that will never fucking like, they'll always be solid. And then my relationship with like my sister is super good in comparison to a lot of people that I talk to out in the world. It's insanely good, because I don't know why people just don't fuck with their siblings and shit. I get it, like when I was a kid I didn't fuck with my sibling, but like as a teenager, I kind of like, we grew a bond in a way, like we were kind of just like best friends and shit, like, you feel me? Like no matter what happened, we had each other. So that was huge, I feel like, especially in the sense of creating relationships and shit like that. So like I never felt like it was necessary for me to go out of my way for somebody else, or for a stranger and shit, to like try to be friends with them. Although on the contrary, I did feel like it mattered what I was saying to people. You know what I mean? So I've always been in this like in-between field of like, yeah, I want people to like me, but I don't necessarily care if they do or don't, because at the end of the day, my life is still going to be the same. Like, fuck it, dude. Like, I'm still happy with me. I'm still happy where I'm at. What I'm doing is up to me, not them. Like, fuck them. But I've also, like, I don't know. I just don't, I don't like people. Like, I don't like working with people. I don't like their issues becoming my own, because you don't know how to shut you don't know how to shut your fucking ego up and shit like that. Like, you know, there's a lot of things to it, at least for me personally, that I cannot understand with like the majority of people. And I get it, like my thought process, everybody's thought process is different. I don't give a fuck. We're all unique in our own ways. Sure, we may like share similar attributes and shit, but we're not the fucking same. I don't give a fuck. Like, even just like our how would I put it, I feel like our chemical balance is even different. Like, people intake shit differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people's stomachs get really fucked up off of like, I don't know, lard and shit. But like other people's, like, if they don't eat it, then they'll get like stomach cramps and shit just because they grew up on it. You feel me? Like, we're all built different. We are all raised differently. Even just like the compounds in our body are different. Same thing with our brain. Like, we're not all wired the same. So that's another reason why I try to be so understanding and nice to other people that I don't know, because sure, I may not like you, like, conceivably, but like, I'm not gonna disrespect you or your existence because I don't like you, or like just the thought of you, I guess. Like, that's fine. Like, I'll put my ego away as long as you can put yours away. And if we come to an even Stevens, then fuck yeah, dude, let's kick it. That's my big thing with people, is that I just want to be at a point of like, I guess you can call it equality, but it's not even that, because I don't give a fuck what you believe in. As long as you don't push your beliefs onto me, do what the fuck you want. Because at the end of the day, excuse me, you're not making that like an issue for everybody else. Like, it's just, that's just what you believe. And for that, I can't blame you. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I'm going off on this tangent about like fucking humans and shit, when all I was talking about realistically was fucking the consequences of weed for me. But all of it does tie together, because if you imagine all this shit like just being alone in itself, that's me sober. Now imagine adding smoke into that. Imagine where I would just be ignoring a lot of these issues, or where I would just be like using smoke to mask my emotions in them, or even just to like promote like these different things that I shouldn't be doing, as in like ignoring my life, like ignoring school, or ignoring my loved ones, my mom, my sister, or ignoring like people that clearly are trying to build friendships with me, and I'm just like, I just fuck off with it. Like I don't care. Like I don't want that. Like I know I have my smoke, I have my people, I'm good. And in a way that is healthy. I'm not saying it's unhealthy to be that way. What I am saying though is that when you make it like your fucking norm, there's no room for growth. You do not want to do shit. You're just completely okay being where you're at. And in this life, if you want to do that, that's up to you. Like, you make that decision at the end of the day. And if you feel like that's a you thing to do, please, by all means, don't let me discourage you. The goal of this isn't to discourage you. The goal of this is just for you to understand that, like, we all have different thought processes. None of them are the same. And just that, like, you gotta understand your own body, your own thought process to truly be happy. You know, you don't need all these fucking different drugs and shit, even if it's just fucking weed alone, or even just nicotine alone and shit. You don't necessarily need it, especially in an abusive fucking instance, because like, in reality, where is it gonna get you? It's just gonna get you spending money on fucking useless shit. It's gonna get you fucking probably in circles that you don't want to be with, especially when it's with good homies and shit like that. It's just, it's not necessarily a good time for anybody. And perceivably, that can be an extremely bad thing. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, what I would like you guys to do, if you find yourself up to it, and it doesn't have to be today, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, it doesn't have to be a month from now. I just want you guys to put the thought in your mind of, maybe I should just slow down with the smoking a little bit. Maybe I'll go to the gym sober this time. Maybe I'll go to school sober this time. Maybe I'll hit this doctor's appointment sober this time. I will do something sober this time and see how I feel. And sure, maybe the first time you're not going to feel shit. You're just going to be like, damn, I really want to smoke right now. I really want to disconnect from this feeling that I have. But I promise you, and I promise you, I put this on my fucking life, dude, that you will genuinely see a difference in everything when you fucking take like decent enough breaks of like just being sober and sitting through these feelings. As shitty as these feelings are, as much as you want to smoke, as much as you fucking hate the feeling of sobriety, you have to get through it, because once you reach that plateau of just, I'm over fiending for it, and like whatever snaps in your brain to where you're just like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna go do something. Like I need to distract my mind. Once you reach that and you like execute it, as in going out on a walk maybe, or in a little adventure, you feel so fucking good. When you genuinely like let like natural dopamine rush through your mind, and you let these experiences genuinely bring you happiness, that's where you really fucking like, you feel good. Like you feel like you want to keep doing it, you know? And then like after the fact, you smoke, and then you feel more accomplished because you did something without needing it. Like without needing something to like fucking motivate you to go do it. You know you can do these things on your own. You don't need these things to create a mask or create a feeling of, I can do this. Like, you can do it on your own. You can. It's just you've put yourself into this fucking like constant loop of like feeling like you need to do these things before you go, because it's like there's a word for that. It's like your routine. Like, you have this routine that you can't break because, you know, you're just used to it. You know, so that's just my thought process, and that's how it's really affected me. And I've been always, like, ever since I started smoking, I've been one of those guys that just doesn't want to quit smoking, because I feel like it grounded me from like wanting to do other things that aren't as healthy per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be super explicit on it, but like these other things that I did that definitely were not like helping me at all, weed was able to combat and like pull me out of and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's everything in life is a fucking constant battle, no matter what. All of it's a constant battle. But if you choose to try to win, if you choose to fight, you will genuinely feel real emotion, not just like made up bullshit. You know, you'll genuinely feel accomplishment in your life, and you'll feel like you're taking steps up. You won't feel like you're just stagnant. So that's just me. That's how I feel. And I encourage you, I implore you to at least try to fucking put it in your mind, because it took me a long time to finally execute not smoking, and the only reason I stopped genuinely smoking is because I ran out of it and I didn't have no plugs. You know, so if you can put yourself in a situation like that, maybe, or if you have a pullout, like, just tell that pullout, bruh, give me a month. Do not, no matter how much I fucking beg and plead and this and that, do not go buy me any weed. I don't give a fuck if I give you the money. Do not buy me the weed until this specific date. And you're gonna be fiending like a motherfucker. You're gonna be hating it, but like at the end of that, you're gonna feel accomplished, and you're gonna tell yourself, I did that shit. And then you're gonna light up and you're gonna feel so goddamn good. Anyways, I got shit to go do. I hope I put something in your mind that is hopefully a little bit helpful. I hope you guys have a fucking magnificent day today. Go create something. Go fucking give somebody a hug. Go touch some grass. Go fucking throw a rock. Maybe not at a window, but just go throw it at something, you know? Maybe a kid. I can say a kid. Just don't get caught.